Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are going to learn about an organelle that acts like a transport system inside the cell. It is endoplasmic reticulum. In short form, we can also say ER. You are seeing its structure here. It is mainly responsible for processing and production of proteins and lipids that are needed for cell activity. Let me start with a history first. ER was first identified by Gardner in 1897. He named this organelle as ergastoplasm. But the ultrastructure, what structure we are studying now, was observed by Potter, Claude, and Fulham in 1945. They said it is a network-like structure. The name endoplasmic reticulum was coined by Potter along with his colleagues in 1953. Basically, it means endoplasmic means inside the cytoplasm, and reticulum, it is a Latin term. It means a fine network. So it looks like a fine network inside the cytoplasm. ER is present in all types of eukaryotic cells except erythrocytes. Erythrocytes are nothing but red blood cells. So except erythrocytes, ER is present in all types of eukaryotic cells. Look here, ER continues with the inner layer of nuclear membrane. So it extends from nuclear membrane to plasma membrane. In case of prokaryotic cells, it is absent. Why? Because we know that prokaryotes lack with membrane bounded organelles. Since ER is a membrane bounded organelle, so it is absent in case of prokaryotic cells. Mainly ER appears in three forms. Mainly it is made up with three components. The first one is cisternae. So you are seeing here, these are looking long and flattened, and also they are parallelly arranged, and they does not have any branches, so they are unbranched structures. And this is a space enclosed by endoplasmic reticulum. So this space is called lumen or cisternal space. It is filled up with fluid. Mostly cisternae form occurs in antibody producing plasma cells and also in brain cells. The second component is tubules. Look here, these are looking small and these are branched structures. Mostly tubule form occur in cells that involves in the synthesis of steroids like cholesterol and hormones like progesterone and testosterone. And the third component is vesicles. Vesicles mostly round in shape and they are rounded structures. And its diameter ranges from 25 to 500 micrometers. We can observe this form mostly in hepatic and pancreatic cells. So far we have seen components of endoplasmic reticulum. So these three patterns of ER may occur in the same cell or in different cells. Now we'll see types of endoplasmic reticulum. ER is classified into two types. The first one is rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is rough kind. When we observe it under microscope, it appears rough because of presence of ribosomes on its surface. It is mostly, we can see rough ER in secretory cells like plasma cells and in cells of milk producing glands, etc. Mainly it involves in processing and sorting of proteins. It means once it receives proteins from ribosomes, further modification and package of proteins takes place in the lumen part of ER. We have seen what is lumen just now. Then proteins transported to the targeted destinations in the form of vesicles. I will show you the protein transport so that you can understand better. For the synthesis of proteins, signal or order should come from the nucleus. Nucleus sends mRNA, that is messenger RNA, to the ribosomes that are attached on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So inside the ribosomes, protein synthesis takes place. Then it delivers the proteins directly into the lumen of rough endoplasmic reticulum. In rough ER, further modification and sorting of proteins takes place. It means it packs proteins and transports to Golgi apparatus. Inside Golgi, further modification of proteins takes place. From here, proteins are transported to lysosomes, endosomes, cell membrane and to outside of the cell for further activity. This is how protein transport occurs inside the cell. So far we have seen rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the second type is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Name itself is saying it appears smooth because there is no attachment of ribosomes on its surface. If you see here, it lies towards cell membrane. Smooth ER mainly involves in lipid synthesis. Along with this, it also synthesizes steroids like cholesterol, hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Focus on the term membrane biogenesis. Here, so far we discussed rough endoplasmic reticulum transports proteins and smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes lipids. Here, together proteins and lipids helps in formation of cell membrane. This process is known as membrane biogenesis. Smooth ER appears more, it is abundant in liver cells. Here it detoxifies toxic materials. It means it removes waste materials as a result of metabolism from the body. Understand about sarcoplasmic reticulum. It is similar like ER and it is present in skeletal muscle cells. There it stores calcium ions that are needed for muscle contraction. Now we'll see quick recap for today's session. Endoplasmic reticulum was first observed by Potter, Claude and Fulham, and name was given by Potter in 1953. ER is present in all types of eukaryotic cells except red blood cells. It appears in three forms: cisternae, vesicles and tubules. These three forms may occur in same cells or in different cells. Endoplasmic reticulum is classified into two types. First one is rough ER, which involves in the transport of proteins, and the second one is smooth ER. This involves in lipid synthesis. And this is all about endoplasmic reticulum. I hope you liked today's session. Like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.